Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be working in the fields and getting ready for planting. Behind me is the, I guess you could say, the all-new Kioti Hx1151. This thing is about 115 horsepower. We're going to be testing this thing out today, running it through its paces and doing some disking, because we got to do that anyway. So we're going to try it out, see how it works, and I'm assuming it's going to have no problem for an 8-foot disc. It's probably not even going to know anything is behind it. So let's jump in, get to the fields, and get to work. This thing is definitely not anything I am used to, but we're gonna give it a go and see how it works. We're in low range right now, assuming first gear. This thing is definitely quiet on the inside, let me say. We're only running about not even 1500 RPMs. It's very quiet. You can just kind of see a blanket of green in this field here. That is our wheat field. I don't know if the camera's picking up the lines, the planting lines out through there, but it's looking pretty good. Really starting to green up. Here we are in the first field. This field honestly really doesn't even need anything else. I mean, we're probably a week, probably 2 weeks out from planting. There are some weeds and grass growing in here, so we want to get that before it gets out of hand. As far as stalks go, I don't even know if the camera's picking it up. You can just see some kind of out through there. This is nothing compared to some of the other cornfields that we've had where we have a lot of trash buildup. So this field is really good. I mean, we probably can go over this one time and be ready to plant, whereas some of the other fields, not so much. Also, while you can see it right here, this is the driveway. If you missed any of those videos, be sure to go back and check them out. There's 2 so far, and that is looking good. Few adjustments on the disc to try and get it to lean back a little bit harder. And just starting out, it's very nice looking. Again, this is going to be the nicest field that we do, which is very small. The rest of the fields have a lot of trash. And one, we did mow them all and we did disc them in the fall to hopefully get that stuff to break down. But honestly, the one field is we didn't do anything with, so don't have high hopes on that one. But the earlier we can get started with this and the earlier we can get working on getting spring tillage, I think the better we're going to be. This is definitely doing a fantastic job in this field because there's not a lot of trash. And the tractor is idled as low as it'll go. Now, I haven't messed with gears or anything. I don't really know where we're at. doing a pretty good job. It's kind of nice, you just tap that button and it lifts the 3-point. So that's pretty nice. Quick work, this field's done. That looks, I could plant that right now. It's giving me the itch to want to plant. Well, I'll move on to field number 2, which we went over last year probably at least 2 times maybe. So it's got trash in it, which is expected, but we're gonna go get a head start and get some of that chopped up. This is field number 2. Now this is the field, if you've been watching the channel, this is the field that we ran the 460 through with the drag harrow. So we didn't even get through the whole thing. We only made like 3-4 passes around the whole field. There are some spring areas in here, so hopefully this is drier than what it was then. I'm gonna think that it is because we really haven't had much rain. There is rain that's supposed to be coming within the next few days. Not a huge high chance, but I want to get this all done. And this is definitely a lot better than after we cut the corn. There's not as much trash, so we'll try and chop it up even more because the drill does like to collect it. This is doing a very nice job. Better than I thought it was gonna do with all the trash that I had in the field. This is doing really well. And I probably should be messing with the gears a little bit, going a little bit faster. It is very bumpy, so that's why I'm not trying to fly through the field. But we're going a decent speed. We're going about 4.8, 4.6 miles per hour, anywhere in there. So that's not too bad, not at all. This field's done and it looks really, really nice. A lot better than what I thought it was gonna look like. Now, I'll move on to field number 2. And then we'll see how that one goes. That's gonna have the most trash in it. One thing I will say is this cab is very spacious. We got Gray in here, we got the puppy in here, and there's still plenty of room.
Hi.
Are you farming?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're disking some fields.
Yeah.
Getting ready for planting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of a new plan for this field is I'm gonna go, instead of kind of just going around, I think I'm just gonna go down and back, or maybe I'll start in the center and then kind of just work my way around that way. I don't know. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do, instead of just doing loops around the field, for this one, I'm gonna just start at the end. I'm not gonna do the headlands. I just kind of even forgot, I guess, with the last field. Just blew my mind. First field, I guess, of the year that I'm doing, I didn't even think about it. But on account of like compaction and stuff like that, I'll do the headlands last. So we'll start at the end and just work our way around that way. Hopefully this field isn't too wet. Doesn't look like it. It actually looks pretty good. Now this is where we had the pumpkins, which is pretty much, you can kind of see the outline. The corn is all over on the far side. Now we did mow this and disc this in the fall, so this should turn out pretty good. Especially this area here is going to turn out really nice, just because there's not any trash in here the way it stands now. Dirt is really nice and dark. This area is going to dig really nice just because, again, there's no trash right here. What do you think, buddy? Is it doing a good job? Is it doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, I've come across a problem. A big problem. The nut came off, we lost the disc. So now I'll be doing a treasure hunt. Lovely. Just when I thought things were going good. But that's farming, isn't it? There you are. Now, if only I could have found the nut. But that, I'm sure, is going to be like finding a needle in the haystack. Well, I am done for the night now, until I get this fixed. Well, that's unfortunate. However, it happens. And this is another good reason as to why we're starting early. That way, when stuff like this does happen, we're not pressed for time and trying to get seed in the ground. And you know, as like last year was, we were rushing a lot. So that's why I'm kind of glad that we're doing things a little bit earlier this year. I wish I would have seen that. If I could have seen it pop off, I could have got the end and got the nut maybe, but oh well. I'll get it fixed and try and resume this as soon as possible and get everything finished, at least for the first round anyway. Right there is a washer, which means, ha! Right there's the nut. And that also means that the other piece is here somewhere too. Am I stepping on it? No. Well, the nice thing is I found all three pieces. The lock washer, the nut, and the big washer, spacer, holder, keeper thingy that you want to, whatever you want to call it. We found all that, so now we're good. I just got to put everything back together. And we obviously have the disc. It's getting dark, so hopefully tomorrow we don't get, I think they're calling for some showers, I don't know. Maybe I can get finished tomorrow, so I'll get everything put back together and then we'll resume it tomorrow. Disc is all fixed up. I tightened all the bolts on it, greased everything. We should be good to go, hopefully. We don't have any more issues. There is rain coming. I don't think a lot, but I want to get this done. I also adjusted the rear gangs on the disc. The front is in the most aggressive setting and the back is not quite to the least, but one away from it. Figured that might help it out, leveling stuff a little bit better instead of leaving the big ridges. But it's doing a really good job. As you can see, it's definitely doing a good job, at least in this area where there's not much trash. We'll get in here, get everything set. I have to reconfigure the level again. I'm half wondering if I should change this one more hole just to make it a little more aggressive. Basically what's happening is it's kind of going right down through the center and we're left with a chunk right in the center that it's not doing anything with. And that's in part because front discs set most aggressive and these not quite. So I'm thinking might change this, put it up there. Because right how it is, it's definitely not leaving big humps and mounds. But I think I also need to level it back a little bit too. It's really digging into the front versus the back, not so much. I adjusted the back disc. Lower it down and try it. It is starting to sprinkle a little bit. The rain's coming. It is still doing it just a little bit, but not as bad. I'm just gonna roll with it like this for now. I could change the front disc to maybe not quite as aggressive, but I really need it to rip some of this up and chop it up. This won't take us very long to get this field done. I'm only running about quarter throttle in first gear, going about 5 miles an hour. It's definitely looking pretty good. It's chopping up the corn stalks pretty well, and that's what we need because our seed drill will catch those and it will plug up. Ask me how I know. Well, it's starting to rain now. Not crazy heavy, but it is starting. And we're pretty much done with this field, so not that big of a deal for here. But the last field that we have, I don't know if it's going to be a problem there or not. Not too bad. It's definitely raining. Not heavy, just kind of light but steady. Got the headlands done. Obviously we're gonna have to go over everything again, smooth everything out. We have ridges, but pretty happy so far with how it's turning out. Really happy with how the tractor's working. Obviously this disc is not straining the tractor at all. Now I'm gonna try and go to, I guess, the last field. The rain is starting to pick up, so we'll see how that goes. Here's the final field. This is where we actually had the trees that were laying in here. I don't know how well this is gonna go. A lot of where it was, this actually was mowed, I guess. I didn't really remember mowing it, but apparently I did. So that's a plus, but I know I did not disc this at all in the fall. So up at the top here, we didn't mow any of that. So that's gonna be full stalks, nothing's chopped up. We'll see what happens. This is actually doing a really good job, even though this field really wasn't disced at all in the fall. I still don't like the steepness, let me tell you. Not at all. So I think I have made my decision with this field because I just don't like how steep it is. And anytime I do tillage here, it just forces all the dirt down to the bottom, I feel like. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm probably gonna end up making this into a hay field. I think that's probably the best thing for me, the best thing for the field, and I think it's just gonna be the better thing all around, honestly. So I think that's what we're gonna do. It still needs tilled up and everything, but I'm gonna just turn it into a hay field, and I think it's gonna work out for the best. One final pass on the headland. And this field transformed. And in a pretty good way, actually. A lot better than I thought. I did get a lot of comments when we did do the corn, when we had corn harvest, that a lot of you would have just, you know, sent it and just ran the combine over this and wouldn't have even thought twice. I guess maybe me being new at running a combine, it just kind of sketched me out. It really felt like the thing wanted to roll. No clue if it would have or not, but I don't want to take that chance, and it may not have, honestly. I mean, this hill's a hill, but it's probably not to the point where it would roll. But I'd rather not take that chance. So I think, again, for the well-being of the farm, the well-being of me, think it's just going to be better off if this is a hayfield. Really nice dirt. Well, that's it. We're done. Again, this field here turned out much better than what I was really anticipating. The only downside with having this a hayfield, I guess, is there's not a lot of sun. You got trees on either side pretty close, and out here where it's really narrow, I don't think it's going to matter anyway, because there's not going to be that much hay here. You're probably going to have one windrow that's going to be right down the center, so it should capture the sun and dry out. And even out there, same thing. I don't think we'll have an issue with that. Well, that's a wrap for disking. We're definitely ahead of the ball game, which is a huge plus in my mind, because last year, as I said, I was rushed. I waited till last minute with a lot of things. I mean, heck, we didn't even get the tractor out of the shop until just a few months ago, and I wanted to have that out before planting season last year, and that didn't happen. So we were late on a lot of things, and it is what it is. No big deal, but each year I guess I gotta learn and make things better. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already. Drop a like on the video and stay tuned, because planting season is right around the corner and we got to get rolling. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.